Hey guys, welcome back to the Jets franchise. We are now going into year 3 of the franchise. And right before we even go into the offseason, we have to go through the playoffs. But now that we just finished week 18, the first thing that's in order for this team is to, for me, fire the offensive coordinator. If you guys look on the screen, you guys could see that our offense was 28th in points per game. They were 27th in passing yards and 25th in offensive rushing. I just feel like we need a change at offensive coordinator, new playbook, new scheme. See where we can maximize our players in another scheme and something else. So let's go ahead and get that done. So who I'm going to be hiring is Michael Edwards. He runs the West Coast spread offense, and the offensive playbook is the Kansas City playbook. So yeah, I'm going to go and get him. I want to see how the Kansas City playbook would turn out for the following year, and see where we could go with him. Yeah, the other thing is that he actually has a quarterback guru and power running as far as his talent tree is concerned. So in changing our scheme to West Coast spread, it almost helps us out. It's almost the same thing because we were running a West Coast offense already. The only thing that changed was actually the middle of the line, the centers and the guards. They've changed from agile to pass protectors. But I think that shouldn't be a problem. That should be an easy fix. So in this year's Super Bowl, you have the Ravens against the Green Bay Packers. The Ravens were the second seed, and so were the Green Bay Packers. They made it all the way to the Super Bowl. What I want to do now is just go over the awards, and then after that, we'll see who the winner of the Super Bowl is. So NFL MVP is Lamar Jackson, and good for him. He made it to the Super Bowl. No Jets made it into the MVP voting here. Coach of the Year goes to Gerald Simmons for the Raiders. They were the number 1 seed in the AFC. And, Robert Saleh actually got 10th. So Offensive Player of the Year goes to Lamar Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year, Quinnen Williams was number 5. He was in the running until he got injured, but Max Crosby won again. He won the year before. We also had Will McDonald in there. Rookie of the Year goes to Emmett Terry for the Titans. We also had Christie number 4. I'm surprised Christie was number 4. And the quarterback Brian Gentry was number 5. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bobby Johnson for the Chiefs. And I didn't have anybody for the Jets. Best quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Best running back, Josh Jacobs. Breece Hall did get number 8. Best receiver, Tank Dell. Jamison Williams did get number 7, so not bad. Best O-line, Tyler Linderbaum. And I had nobody for the Jets. Best DL, Max Crosby. Quinnen Williams and McDonald came 3rd and 4th. And Jermaine Johnson also was number 8. Best linebacker was TJ Watt. I had nobody else for the Jets in there. Best DB, Christian Gonzalez. No one in the Jets. Best kicker, Michael Badgley. So I'll just go through the NFC real quick. CeeDee Lamb, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player, Parsons. Offensive Rookie, Elijah Edmonds. If I remember, he was a quarterback that got drafted for him. Defensive Rookie of the Year was David Aldridge. He was that number 1 pick. The end. Best quarterback, Brock Purdy. Best running back, Christian McCaffrey. Best receiver, Lamb. Best O-line, Frank Ragnow. Micah Parson as the best DL. Best linebacker, TJ Edwards. Best DB, L'Jarius Sneed. And best kicker, Aldrick Rojas. So the Super Bowl winners are the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is the MVP. He wins it. I guess that trading Aaron Rodgers worked out for Green Bay in this one. So Lamar Jackson, another year, another time that he's down without a Super Bowl. So retirements: Khalil Mack, Matthew Judon, Garrett Bowles retires. Tyron Smith also retires. Micah Hyde from us retires. Jake Matthews. Jason Kelsey finally retires. Darius Slay, Lane Thomas, Teron Armstead. Zach Martin retires. Whoa. And let's see here. A couple other ones. Odell, but he looks like he was a free agent. Kyle Van Noy. Langston Tomlinson. Nobody got him because I released him before. Kyle Fuller. Tashawn Gibson. I'm just going through. Ryan Tannehill finally retires. And that's it. Let's move forward and see if we go into re-signings and see if anybody else retires after that. So going into re-signings, there's a lot of important positions that we need to re-sign, but I just don't know where to go. We're at $56 million for our cap. I just don't know because we have so many players right now. Some don't want to return, so that'll be easy. But some other ones I kind of do want to keep just in case. So I'll just go through it with you guys and let you know exactly what I do. First things first is Will McDonald. I'm gonna accept the 5th-year option for him, so we could keep him another year. So Patrick Ricard, I'm gonna withdraw his offer. Wes Schweigert, Schweitzer, I'm gonna withdraw him. Andres Pete, I'm withdrawing him also. Tyler Lockett, you know, he was okay this year. He does he's interested in re-signing, but I think we could go another route. Juno Smith, I think he was a good second tight end. I just want to see what else is available. We do have Conklin, we do have Ruckert, but I just want to see what else might be available, and we might be drafting a tight end. Eckler, you know, I'm gonna see. You know, we do have enough running backs in our backfield right now. The main thing is, what am I gonna do with Breece Hall? So I'm gonna pass on Eckler. Joseph Day is regressing, so I'm gonna pass on him. Lalo Collins is not interested in rejoining the team, so we'll withdraw with him. Devin Brennan doesn't want to re-sign with us. We did draft him, but as you guys remember, I messed up releasing him, so I re-signed him to a 1-year deal. We did pick up Hendon Hooker as a backup. We had him on the practice squad, so he'll move up. And obviously, we still have Gardner Minshew. Xavier Gipson doesn't want to rejoin, so we'll withdraw that offer. Elijah Vera Tucker doesn't want to re-sign, and I'm not thinking about franchise tagging him. I'd rather see what else is in free agency, so I'd rather move from him. Christian Matthews, we do have some backup cornerbacks, so I'll pass on him. So there's 2 defensive tackles, Onwuzurike, sorry for butchering your name, and Greg Gaines. I want to see if I could try to sign Onwuzurike. just to see if he'll sign. If not, then I'll try to get Gaines. I do want to have another backup because I am going to try to be a little bit aggressive at D tackle in free agency. So he's expecting a 1 year, $6.6 million dollar deal, and I'm okay offering him that. I do want to try to sign Blake Gillikin. I'm okay trying to get him on a 2 year deal, and he signed also. So I do want to sign Quincy Williams. He's been our best linebacker. And I do want to get him on a player-friendly deal. See if he signs. He's interested, but I want to keep him. I want to see if I could keep him for 2 more years. And he does sign. Max Mitchell. I think I'm gonna test free agency with him. Maybe draft somebody else. I do want to try to sign Trevis Gibson. He's, for a backup, I kind of like the way that he's been playing. He'll get a sack here and there, and he'll fill in. I'm okay with a 1 year deal for him. Deal for him's 4 years, 7.7 with a 4.6, and I don't think that's a bad deal for him. It's a total of 30.8. And he's really, really young. He's 25, 93 overall. He'll start regressing when he's 28, 29, which is when the deal's about to end. So I think I'm okay with that. Let's see if he signs. So we're keeping Breece Hall. And I have 26 million in cap room right now. I want to sign Charvarius Ward. I don't want to spend basically half of the cap that we have on just one player if we have a couple other positions that we need to fill, especially the guard position, which I think is the most important position to fill right now, guard and right tackle. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass on him and see what I could find in free agency. And here's the other one, Jeremy Ruckert, a backup tight end. Where I wouldn't mind signing him. And I know I said that I had him before. I thought I had him signed up. But to tell you the truth, if it's a team-friendly deal, this deal makes a lot more sense for me, a 2 year deal. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't take it. Yeah, so we lost Jeremy Ruckert. And here's another one, Franklin Myers, the last one of the whole bunch that I need to re-sign. And I want to re-sign him because I want to have another backup defensive end. But to tell you the truth, a $10 million cap hit right now for me, it brings my cap to 16.6, and I really wouldn't be able to do much in free agency. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna move on from him, see what I could do as far as free agency, and what else might be available later on. Last thing before I move on, they got the mock draft number 3 up. Let's see where they got us, who they got us drafting. They got us drafting a cornerback, Jamar McKinney. And I could see that possible if we're not going to be, signing a cornerback in free agency and losing Charvarius Ward. So that is a possibility. So now on to free agency, and I just want to show you the first couple guys here. Brock Purdy is number 1. He's available. Then you got Mark Andrews, Tyreek Hill, Charvarius Ward, and Joe Thuney. You got a couple other guys there that, that are really good. So my biggest needs are left guard, right guard, and right tackle. So it's the offensive line, my biggest need. I'm pretty good at quarterback. I got Breece Hall. I got wide receivers. I might need... At cornerback, I'm okay. I might need a middle linebacker, but I think those are just things that I could just address in the draft. But the biggest thing that I need to address here is the protection of Gentry. And it wasn't good last year. I thought Gibb was going to work on the right side as the right tackle, but it didn't. So now I just got to shore up the offensive line and see what other pieces I could get. So my main two targets right now are Joe Tooney and Brandon Sheriff, and I am like rubbing like right against the cap hit, and I just want to see if I get any of them signed. If not, then I'll start making other moves. I did want to get a defensive tackle, but I don't have enough money, and right now I don't even see myself restructuring any deals to make something happen. I'm gonna see where this goes if I get any of these guys, and if I get both, it would be better. So confirmed, I got both signed, both Brandon Sheriff and Joe Tooney. That shores up our offensive line for basically this year. Now, for me, honestly, free agency is almost over. I might have to try to make some trades of some people, see if anybody's interested in any of the guys that I got, to see if I could try to free up some money. So just give me a chance, guys. So because of our salary cap that we're basically at zero right now, the biggest thing for me was restructuring our contract, and Quentin Williams still has 2 years left on his contract. So it says here, to restructuring Quentin Williams will free up 10.3 million in cap this season, and then 10.3 will be added to the following season. And yeah, it might seem like a lot right now, but I don't know. I just think that I just need that I guess alleviation on the cap right now, because next season there's going to be a lot more people that I might not even sign. I don't know. I know Sauce Gardner's going to be a free agent. So is Garrett Wilson and Jamison Williams. So there's going to be a lot of movement. But I just feel like I just need this alleviation in the cap right now, and then I could worry about the future after. So this is kind of why I restructured that deal. I want to see if I could get Jack Conklin. He's only asking for 9.26 mil. And if I sign him, that basically reassures the offensive line. And I want to see if I can make it happen. So Jack Conklin signed also. So another offensive lineman. We've reassured this offensive line, and now I know that I could go for defense in the draft. I could concentrate mostly on defense, be it cornerback or defensive tackle, even middle linebacker. I need to get one because Kazir White's going down in rating, and right now I feel pretty good about the team, with the biggest struggle being at offensive line. So now mock draft number 4. Let's see what they got us picking. They got us picking Braylon Bass, cornerback out of Georgia. And he's elite strength, great speed. His pro day, a 4.31. That's not too bad. Good jumping. His skills, man coverage, a C. Play recognition, D. That bothers me a little bit. B, press. Tackles, a C. And B, zone coverage. He's not bad. I don't know if he would be the best, but he's not bad. So really quick, just to recap free agency on my side. As you can see, same as before. Joe Tooney, Brandon Sheriff, and Jake Conklin to shore up the offensive line. And that was it for my signings. I just want to show you the top 5-6 players that went in free agency this year. So Brock Purdy went to the Patriots. Mark Andrews went to the Panthers. Tyreek Hill went to the Texans. Charvarius Ward went to the Falcons. Obviously, we got Joe Tooney. Kyrie Williams to the Titans. And Ronnie Stanley to the Seahawks. So now on to mock draft number 5, and they got us picking again Jamar McKinley. And I thought, he's better than Braylon Bass. I actually liked Jamar McKinley a little bit better. His speed is great. His strength is elite. His skills are a little bit better. I mean, the man coverage is D, but play recognition is a C, and zone coverage is an A, which, we could build on the man coverage later on. But as I think he would be a good addition to the team. Now, guys, I got to set up my private workouts, and I'm kind of thinking that, obviously, I want to go D tackle first. And I know I haven't hit on D tackles, but I wanted to go in between the first, not the first, but the second and third rounds to get a D tackle. I also needed a middle linebacker. And this guy, Andrew Berry, looks a little bit interesting here for me. If you look at his physicals, good speed, elite strength, good jumping, decent change of direction, B awareness, A play recognition, power moves is a B, finesse moves is a C. So he's got everything going on as far as a D tackle's concerned. His impact blocking is an A. His tackling's a B. He's got good stamina. So he looks really, really good. He looks like a first-round talent to me. But, I don't know. His size is good, 6'6", 309. I think he'd be great alongside Quinnen Williams. Here's another guy that looks interesting to me as far as DT is concerned. It's Steven Davenport. He's showing him as a projection second or third round. His strength is elite. He's got bad speed. It's marginal speed, and his jumping's poor. But obviously, we're not looking for jumping and speed as far as a D tackle is concerned. Yeah, you want a little bit of speed, but you know what? I just want him to hold down the fort. Stop the run. He's 6'4", 337. He's like a tank. And if you look, his play recognition is a B, power moves is a C, finesse moves is a C. So he would need a little bit of development. His tackling's an A, and everything else looks good. But I don't think he would be a bad third round pick. Here's another guy, a middle linebacker, Alex Elam, and he's projected for the third and fourth round. He's got okay size, 6'0", 230. If you look at his physical, his speed is elite. His strength is marginal. But everything else is decent or good. His skills, that's why I want to know a little bit more about him. His zone coverage is a B and his pursuit is a B. He might, have like a high enough overall that he could possibly start. His stamina is an F. That's a concern. But like everything else is A to C, A to C. His tackling might concern me if it falls to a D. That's why I want to get a little bit more information on him also. So we'll go ahead and we'll scout him also for his pro day. So I wanted to show you Andrew Berry. His projection was 1 to 2, but his talent was 2 to 3. And that's kind of where I want to get him, between 2 and 3. He is 100%, so I want to see what he's got here. And he's decent. Power moves is a B. We could work on that. His pursuit needs to be worked on. But everything else looks really good for him. Looks like somebody that I could put next to, like I said, Quinnen Williams, and he could be an impactful player alongside him. Here's the other guy, Steven Davenport. We're up to 90% on him. And block shedding's a B, finesse and power moves a C, hit power B, tackling A, injuries a D. That's a little concern. But everything else looks really good for him. There's another guy that I'm gonna put on my board. And the last guy was Alex Elam. He went to a 90% scouted. His physicals are okay. You want obviously a little bit more strength, but it's not bad. Block shedding's a B. That's great. Tackling's a B. I'm happy about that. Hit power's a B. Finesse. Man, he looks really good, actually. And he's only between third and fourth round. Man, this guy will be somebody interesting that I'd want to get. So that's it, guys. It's time. The draft is here, and yeah, you guys already know I'm trying to go for cornerback. I need defensive tackle. I also need middle linebacker. So it's going to be a defensive heavy draft for me. Not to say that I'm not going to be looking for other things, but I also need a tight end. So I'm really going to be picking best available. That's how I'm going to concentrate my draft as. But obviously, more best available towards the defensive side of the ball, depending if there's somebody that I really like. So I have the 13th pick, and we're going to be going ahead and going forward, see what cornerbacks get drafted. First one here is Tracy Marshall. That's a linebacker, D end. Another D end. This one to the Browns. Now the Commanders. Outside linebacker, man, is starting off as a really heavy defensive draft. Another DE. This is another guy that we had on our board, John Campbell. He was decent, not the greatest, but decent. The first quarterback, Kyron Kidd, going to the New York Giants. The Lions taking Larry Holcomb, the left tackle. The Bucks taking another outside linebacker. They took one. They took that. What was he? I think he was an outside linebacker, but this time they take Peter Wright. There goes another quarterback. So it looks like the Kyrie Murray experiment might be over for him. This one going to Jamie Van Buren to the Cardinals. It's the New England Patriots now on the clock. The Jaguars pick up DT Nate Sharp. Now on the clock, the Los Angeles Chargers. So there goes the first cornerback to the Patriots, Marcus Hawthorne. And we're 2 picks away from hopefully getting our next guy. All right, so they went with Terrence Briscoe. The Chargers did, and the Broncos went with Sheldon Reese. Now we are on the clock, and I'm really not thinking about trading away or trading back. I just need to go with what's on the board and who I think is going to be, who I think is going to, make the difference. So I'm thinking about Jamar McKinney. He's my first go-to guy. And he is second on this main board for all regions. These linebackers, they look pretty good, but they're not really what I need. And obviously, quarterback, I don't need a quarterback. These tackles, I don't need a left tackle. I already went with. Yeah, I really want to concentrate on this defense, and I'm just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with Jamar McKinney. You guys could see great speed again. His skills look really, really good. We could work on his man coverage. Jamar McKinney, welcome to the New York Jets. Hidden development, cornerback, to partner up with Sauce Gardner and obviously Michael Carter as a slot. So guys, I wanted to show you, who I have like next on my board, and kind of like who I want to get is this D tackle, Andrew Berry, but he's 17th on the big board. I don't know if he'll make it to me on the other side, and I don't want to trade up because his value, if you could see, is between a second and third round talent. So I think if there is a chance where I could get him in my the second round, 13th pick, I'll be super happy in getting him. If not, there's other positions here. You see, if I have a Colin Beckett, you know, I've looked at him. He looks like a really good tight end. This strong safety, Terrell Keys, looks really good. But, you know, I think these guys are going to be gone by the time it gets to that pick. So let's see where we land as far as the next one's concerned. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the next pick because I really don't want to go through the whole draft pick by pick. Let's just get to our next pick and see who's available there. I don't see myself doing any trades right now. So looking at the big board, it looks like they did take our D tackle. Kind of worried me, but I kind of knew he was gonna go. But I didn't want to lose any draft capital. If I try to go with best available right now, as far as the big board is concerned, it would show Ben Walls as the next pick for me. And if not, it would be this wide receiver, Pat Rodriguez. But honestly, at receiver, I'm kind of tapped out at receiver. I don't need one. And we're pretty good at strong safety. Left guard to try to take over Tooney's position. It looks like, you know, it's something that is doable. But, you know, here's the other one. Here's the other DT that I was thinking about. But I kind of wanted him in the third round. But how this draft is going, it looks like he won't even be available. So I'm kind of torn right now if maybe I go with this left guard. He's got good impact blocking. He's got good pass blocking. But I kind of need an impact player. I think it's a little bit of a reach for me, but you know what? I'm going to draft him. It's going to be Steven Davenport. He's going to be my next pick. Welcome to the Jets. Another hidden development player, Steven Davenport, 6'4", 337 pounds out of Washington. Welcome to the Jets. I'm really happy about that. His strength, look at it. It's elite strength, 97. Obviously, he's a little bit slow. But I'm really happy that he's a hidden dev player. Next pick is the third round. Let's just skip ahead and see where we are after that. So if we look at the big board, our next pick would be a running back. But I don't want to go running back here. I want to wait until maybe the 4th, 5th round to get a running back. I kind of want to see if there's a trade back, even wide receiver. I don't want to go wide receiver here. I want to wait until the later rounds. I can go with outside linebacker, Kenny Gregory, or right outside linebacker, Ben Hackett. But that's more towards the late 3rd round, and I want to see if anybody's available to go ahead and send me a trade where I could still be in the 3rd round, later on in the 3rd round, and pick something up for later on. So you see the Colts want to move up. They want to give me this year's the 90th pick in the 3rd round, plus a 5th, plus a 7th. But the Oakland Raiders, 2 more picks lower than that, 92 and a 4th rounder this year. And I think I'm gonna go with this one.
The current pick has been traded.
Let's go ahead and sim over and see what we have left to pick. So bad news, guys. As you could see, Alex Elam is gone. That's the middle linebacker that I wanted. Kind of sucks. I really was looking forward to drafting him next, but he goes right before to the 49ers, and I had the opportunity to trade with them. So the next pick I'm gonna go with is with Jay Clearly. He's a 6'5", 260-pound tight end out of North Dakota. His speed is good. His strength is great. So it looks like he could do both blocking. His run blocking is a C, short routes a B, spectacular catches a B. So he looks like he can catch and block. His pass block is a B. So yeah, I was looking at him late, third round. He's a third to fourth round projecting. I found them interesting, so I'm gonna go with him.
The Seattle Seahawks
Normal dev.
on the clock.
With our next pick, I'm gonna be going with this guy, Brian Curtis. He's a 6'1", 253-pound left end. As you can see, his ratings are all C, but he's got good speed. He's got solid strength. He's got elite acceleration, which contributes to him as far as a pursuit. But yeah, his hit power and his stamina worry me. But he's just an average linebacker, and for DE. But as far as depth is concerned, it's what I need for the defense.
On the clock now, it's the Atlanta Falcons.
You can see 81 speed, 81 strength, 88 acceleration. It's not bad. So we got a couple picks now in the fourth round.
Next up, the Jets are on the clock.
There's another guy that I found interesting. Another tight end, Carl Larson. He's a 6'6", 258-pound tight end. He's got great speed, good strength. His impact blocking is a little concerning, but it looks like he can run routes. He's got good awareness. He's got good break tackling. Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff, he's obviously a possession tight end. So with Tyler Conklin regressing, we're going to need the tight end that I drafted before, plus him to maybe take over. Not this year, but maybe the next year. And look, he's a hidden development tight end, 84 speed, 87 acceleration. Not bad. Decent tight end. So my next pick is going to be Johnny Harvey. He's a center out of Tennessee, 6'3", 311 pounds. B awareness, A impact block, D pass blocking. But, we could work on that with him. His run block is C. He's got solid speed, solid strength. He's basically solid overall. But yeah, his lead block is B, so we could kind of work with him, especially since now it's a pass protection scheme. So his pass protection, if he keeps on upgrading and his upgrades just go to pass protection, he'll be upgrading that pass block. So yeah, Johnny Harvey, welcome to the team.
Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock.
So the next player I'll be drafting is 6'4", 279 left end Tevin Still out of Pittsburgh. He's got solid speed, good strength. Everything else needs to be worked on. We're in the fifth round right now. We can get quality here, but right now it is what it is. So what I liked about him, he's got B power moves, and then C awareness, C play recognition, C tackle. So he's like average, but that B power moves is very important for me as far as rushing the passer. So welcome to the team, Tevin Still.
With the next pick, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock.
So guys, this is the bottom of the barrel. We have Matt Elliott. He's a wide receiver out of Colorado, 6'3", 211. I really don't need a receiver, but it's just, one of my favorites that that I scouted. I just put him on the board there. Didn't know if he was going to be available. You know, something to pick up at the end. He's just an average wide receiver. I don't know if he'll develop into anything. You know, he's got to work on his awareness, his deep routes. He's a decent kick returner. But yeah, welcome to the team, Matt Elliott.
Houston Texans are now on the clock.
So this is my last pick of the draft, guys. It's going to be Denzel Bradford, another defensive tackle. He's got great speed. He's the #1 DT. I don't know if he might be somebody that might be moved over to DE, but he's 6'2", 286 pounds. And, you know, he just looks okay. No power moves, his F play recognition, so it's pretty bad. But, you know, in the 7th round, what do you expect to pick?
With the next selection, the New York Jets.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I got 2 more picks, actually. So, guys, I'm going to pick up this halfback 5'9", 211-pound Chance Porter out of North Carolina. He's got solid speed, elite jumping. He's got B for ball carrying vision. His juke moves are horrible, so he'll need to work on that. C trucking, C carrying, C break tackle. You know, it looks like he could catch in traffic. He could maybe do kick returning. So, yeah, let's see what we got.
With the next selection, the Falcons are on the clock.
And last pick is going to be Keon Bonds. He's 6'2", 217 free safety. He's got decent speed for a free safety, great strength. He just looks like an average player. He's got C for man coverage, C play rec. His pursuit is a D. He'll need to work on that. And his zone coverage is a D. The good thing it's a zone coverage defense, so we could bring that up rather quickly for him. So welcome to the team, Keon Bonds.
It's the Miami Dolphins.
So let's take a look at our draft picks, guys. And it doesn't look too good, guys. So our first 2 picks looked really, really good. And then after that, we kind of fell off. So our cornerback, Jamar McKinley, 75 overall. Then our DT, Steven Davenport, 74 overall. But then our tight end in the 3rd round, Jay Clearly, he's a 68. Then our other defensive end, 67. But Carl Larson, the tight end out of Miami, he's a 72 overall. Then after that, we just fell off. You know, it's not bad, but, you know, these are just developmental pieces. This one's really, really bad. Denzel Bradshaw. I don't really know what we could do with that guy. But yeah, let's see where we ranked as far as all the other picks. So I'm kind of happy, you know, it's, what was he, about the 14th best player is McKinney, so I'm kind of happy with that. So the linebacker that I wanted, the middle linebacker, Alex Elam, the Niners got him in front of me, and he's a 74 overall. They got him in the 3rd round. So I'm really disappointed I couldn't get him. I wish I could have. Because he just looks really, really good. So the Cowboys took the defensive tackle that I wanted, Andrew Berry. He's a 73 overall. So I kind of identified the right guys that I wanted, but they just went ahead of where I wanted to pick them. And you know what? Sometimes that happens. So yeah, guys, to wrap up the offseason, I just wanted to show you guys the team and how it's stacked up right now. Brian Gentry is going to be our starting quarterback, 85 overall, with Minshew being the backup. Breece Hall is going to be our running back, like before, 93 overall. Our fullback is going to be Austin Bauer, 73 overall. And we got Garrett Wilson back as far as our receivers. He's 93 overall. Jamison Williams is our second receiver. And Christie's our third receiver. Our tight ends, Conklin, 79 overall. Then with Carl Larson as the backup to him. We drafted him. He was one that we got in the 4th round, was it? Or, yeah, 4th round? And then clearly was the other one that we got ahead of Larson. But Larson is the hidden dev talent. Left tackles, we got Matt Rathman. Left guard, Joe Tooney. Center, we go Joe Tipman, but I might have to do something there. I mean, we got J.C. Weston behind them also. Brandon Sheriff is our right guard. Jack Conklin is our right tackle. Left end, Will McDonald. Right end, we got Jermaine Johnson. And backing him up, I just picked him up off free agency, Derek Barnett. Our defensive tackles, Quinnen Williams. Onwuzurike, but you know who's going to be starting over him is going to be Steven Davenport. He just needs to get the reps, obviously. Left outside linebacker Kentrell McMillan, middle linebacker Kazir White, right outside linebacker Quincy Williams. Our cornerback Sauce Gardner, obviously Michael Carter, and our first pick Jamar McKinley. Free safety, DeAndre Alden. We also picked up Tyrann Mathieu as a backup. And strong safeties, Jordan Whitehead and Chuck Clark. So yeah, guys, I just want to thank you for joining me. Thanks for joining this off season. Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to join me on the next episode. It's going to be week 1 of season 3. And see what this team has in store. We're really trying to make a playoff run. So, you know, hopefully, barring injury, we could do that in this next season. At least try to make it to the playoffs. That's the goal right now. That's the goal this season. I think we have everything in place to do that. So, let me know what you guys thought about this off season. I know it's long and grueling, but yeah, thanks for watching. And God bless.